Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. The Anti-Money Laundering Council has frozen 22.8 billion pesos in assets linked to alleged ghost flood control projects, targeting suspected misuse of government funds for disaster mitigation as authorities continue probing large-scale corruption. Malacanang has dismissed claims that an impeachment complaint against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was scripted, insisting the president remains unfazed and focused on governance while reaffirming respect for constitutional processes and legislative independence. Former public works contractor Curly Discaya is facing criticism after saying he felt robbed when asked to return funds to the government, prompting Secretary Vince Dizon to call the remark shameless amid scrutiny over alleged misuse of public money. Authorities in New South Wales, Australia have issued warnings to swimmers and surfers after 4 shark attacks were reported within 48 hours, leading to beach closures and heightened patrols to protect the public. More Power has announced that its ongoing expansion has triggered employee transfers and operational adjustments as the company positions itself to meet a rising power demand and strengthen service reliability across its franchise areas. YouTube personality Vitaly Zodorvetsky has spoken out about his imprisonment in the Philippines, saying authorities tried to break me, but it built me, reigniting discussion on accountability and the treatment of foreign vloggers. And in sports, billiards legends Efren Bata Reyes, the Earl, the Pearl Strickland continue to draw attention with their performances, highlighting their enduring influence and the excitement surrounding international pool competitions. Today is the 21st of January, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. For this afternoon's headlines. The Anti-Money Laundering Council has secured 15 freeze orders covering 22.8 billion pesos in assets linked to alleged ghost flood control projects, targeting suspected misuse of government funds meant for flood mitigation. The orders restrict the assets of 724 individuals and 537 entities, including construction firms, withholding compromising bank accounts, aircraft, real estate, insurance accounts, motor vehicles, and other investments believed to be tied to anomalous infrastructure spending. The AMLC said it may file a forfeiture case after 6 months to recover the frozen assets should no successful challenge be mounted, underscoring its continued effort to safeguard public funds and pursue accountability in high-profile infrastructure anomalies. Now, the Malacanang has dismissed allegations that the impeachment complaint filed against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was a, quote, scripted distraction designed to serve political motives, with Presidential Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro saying the administration had no hand in the filing and the president remains unfazed, confident the complaint will not prosper because he, quote, did nothing wrong. Castro stressed that Marcos believes his actions comply with the Constitution and the law and denied claims linking the complaint to any involvement by the Palace or First Lady's camp amid criticism from some lawmakers that the move was timed to divert attention from other issues. House leaders also signaled skepticism toward the impeachment bid, with Speaker Faustino D. III saying there appears to be no justification for the complaint, and other members noting that constitutional standards for impeachable offense must be met before any proceedings can advance, reflecting a broad majority support for the current administration in the chamber and doubts over the complainant's prospects. Public Works and Highway Secretary Vince Dizon has called contractor Curly Discaya shameless after Discaya told a Senate inquiry that he felt robbed when asked to restitute or return to the government money as part of the process for entering the Department of Justice's Witness Protection Program amid the probe into anomalous flood control projects. Dizon said there is clear evidence against Discaya and his associates and emphasized that those accused should face charges and return the funds allegedly taken from the public. Assistant Ombudsman Miko Clavano also rejected Discaya's characterization of restitution as a robbery, saying it is the Filipino people who were robbed when funds intended for flood control were lost, and that returning ill-gotten wealth is an act of accountability rather than extortion. Department of Justice officials have likewise refuted Discaya's claim, noting that restitution is part of the requirements discussed for protection program applicants. Now, swimmers and surfers in New South Wales, Australia have been warned to avoid the beaches after 4 shark attacks were reported along the state's coastline within a 48-hour period, prompting authorities to close multiple beaches and issue urgent safety advisories as a part of heightened public protection measures. The spate of attacks, which included incidents on Sydney's northern beaches and the mid-north coast, saw victims ranging from an injured surfer treated for minor wounds to critically hurt individuals being hospitalized, with officials urging people to just go at a local pool rather than risk entering the ocean amid unsafe conditions. Marine experts and safety agencies point to murky water conditions caused by recent heavy rains and runoff, which may have drawn bull sharks closer to the shore, increasing the likelihood of encounters, and surf life-saving teams have deployed drones and patrols to monitor waters as part of the response. All northern beaches in Sydney area and other affected sites remain closed or under strict advisories as authorities continue to assess risks and work to ensure public safety. More Power has commenced a series of internal transfers and reassignment of personnel as part of its ongoing expansion efforts to improve power distribution and its service coverage in its franchise areas, with the company officials saying the moves are aimed at optimizing operations amid rising demand and planned infrastructure growth. The power distributor noted that the realignment of staff supports the company's mission to enhance reliability and responsiveness as it widens its footprint and prepares for future challenges in meeting customer needs. Staff adjustments have included shifting experienced personnel to key areas where demand is increasing, as well as onboarding new team members to strengthen technical and customer support functions, with More Power management saying these changes are designed to ensure uninterrupted service and support long-term development goals for the region's energy sector. YouTube personality Vitaly Zabriskie has spoken out after being deported to Russia, describing his nearly 290-day detention in the Philippines as harsh and saying authorities really tried to break me, but it built me, as he endured sweltering conditions with rats, cockroaches, and 91 days in complete isolation before his release. In a social media post, he thanked the supporters and hinted at an upcoming documentary of his experience, recounting his time behind bars following his arrest last year over a series of controversial stunts and unlawful actions captured on video. Vitaly's detention stemmed from his arrest in April of 2025 after Philippine authorities charged him with offenses including harassment and disruptive behavior in public live streams that drew widespread criticism. And he was later declared an undesirable alien and deported after serving his time and facing legal proceedings related to his conduct. Filipino billiards legends Efrem Bata Reyes and Francisco Chanco Bustamante are set to face American star Earl the Pearl Strickland at Germany's Ralph de Kaiser Socket in a 3-day international pool event in Manila, presented by Matchroom Pool and Puyat Sports. The tournament opens with Bustamante versus Strickland and Reyes versus Socket, while Day 2 features Bustamante against Socket, followed by the highly anticipated Reyes versus Strickland rematch, rekindling their iconic rivalry from the 1996 Color of Money event where Reyes staged a stunning comeback. The championship match on the final day will pit the best Filipino player against the top foreign competitor, highlighting decades of skill, rivalry, and sportsmanship. At 71, Reyes says he will rely on experience and strategy, while 64-year-old Strickland expressed excitement to play before a Filipino crowd. Bustamante and Socket also emphasized the honor of competing in an event celebrating pool history and the legacy of those legendary players, promising fans a showcase of intensity, talent, and memorable moments. The market recess data opens lower on January 21, 2026, with the market recess data down to 10.95 points or 0.17% at 6,341.91, as most sectors saw declines. Financials and holding firms posted modest gains of 0.56% and 0.14% respectively, while industrial, property, services, and mid-cap stocks registered losses. Mining and oil led sector performance, surging 2.24% amid early trading activity. Market summary at the open showed a total volume of 469.25 million shares across 33,529 trades, valued at 2.50 billion pesos. Advancing issues numbered 86, while 91 declined and 51 remained unchanged. The market recess data totaled return index opened at 2,777.95, down to 37.14 points or 1.32%, with thematic indexes like PSE DIVY and PSE Midcap down 0.42% and 0.85% respectively. Now, Katribu, did you know that today, January 21, golf legend Jack Nicklaus celebrates his birthday? Born in 1940 in Columbus, Ohio, Nicklaus, nicknamed the Golden Bear, is widely regarded as one of the greatest golfers in history, having won a record of 18 major championships, more than any other professional golfer. Nicklaus dominated the sport from 1960s through the 1980s, and later became a respected golf course designer and ambassador for the game, earning induction into the World Golf Hall of Fame and accolades such as the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his contributions to golf and sports worldwide. Now, a viral trend on TikTok has seen tourists and content creators recreate the hit mobile game Temple Run in real life by sprinting and jumping through the ancient corridors and walkways of Angkor Wat, the nearly 900-year-old UNESCO World Heritage Temple complex in Cambodia, with many posts racking up millions of views under the hashtag Temple Run in real life. That's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. for more updates. I'm Eliana Lacap, and this has been Tribune News on Cue.